Morning. If you're absent or VIP today, which is Wednesday, March 24th, here's what we did in class. So we talked about the effects of nuclear and atomic bombs today. So there's like this very cross-curricular sort of lesson on the science of it and the history context and how it applies to the story. So you can watch this video. It's 22 minutes long, but there's a lot of information in it that is pretty interesting. So there's some pictures. If you'd like to look at the slides as I go through, here are those slides. After you watch the video, I want you to answer this question. So do you think that countries should have the ability to produce and stockpile atomic or nuclear bombs? There is a difference. It's negligible, though, for use in wartime. Or should the world's nations agree to eliminate those weapons? If you're undecided, which is completely understandable because, foreign policy advisors and defense officials are also undecided. That's okay. Just explain why. So you can answer, I'm really not sure. Here's a point on this side, and here's a point on this side. So watch the video, answer that question. And then you're going to be analyzing two speeches today and tomorrow. So today is Truman and the speech that he gave immediately following the dropping of the bomb on Hiroshima. And after that, tomorrow we'll analyze the speech that President Obama gave in 2016, 71 years after that bomb was dropped. So he was the first president to go to Hiroshima in that interim. So his presence there was a really big deal. So you're going to first copy over some terms from here into your glossary. So you can read over these questions. I also have them in the activity that you'll be doing. And then here are the four that you're going to copy over. So we're looking at author's purpose, validity, which is whether a claim is valid or not. So whether it is backed up by facts and is fair and well supported. Explicit means that somebody comes directly out and says something. Implicit is to hide it. So if a central idea is explicit, it means that the author or the speaker comes directly out and tells you what the point of their speech is. And then perspective and point of view, we usually think of this as first person, second person. But in this case, we're thinking about where the speaker is positioned in the debate. So if you're the president of the United States, your perspective is different compared to the president of Japan or a citizen of Japan who experienced cancer as a result of the bomb dropping. So what is their viewpoint on the situation is how we're thinking about this. So you can copy all of these in. I think all of them are in the middle, nonfiction section, but I would just use the Control F to find the terms and then paste them where they belong. And you can delete the slides that are already there. Because they'll copy over in kind of a goofy way, when prompted, choose keep original style, and then they won't look ugly. I'm very sensitive to that kind of stuff. So after that, you're going to click on this one that says Truman Analysis. And you can see from the comment that we analyzed persona, audience, and purpose today in my class. So you're going to read this speech. You can click here for the copy. He delivered it via radio announcement, but he only delivered part of the statement. So you're going to read the full statement, and then we won't listen to his. We will listen to Obama's because the whole thing is filmed because it was in 2016. So he delivered it August 6, 1945, following, it was 16 hours after the bomb was dropped. So you're going to read that speech. It's 2 pages, I think. It's like this. There you go. Then you can answer these questions. So every other slide has questions on it, and then there's blanks. So here are the questions, and the blanks are underneath them. So for persona and audience, we did those two. We're going to answer, what is the speaker's public image or status? What is the speaker's relationship to the audience? How does he want the audience to see him? What's the impression he wants to make? And is the speaker biased? And for the audience, you want to think, who was meant to hear the speech? What does the audience believe or value? What historical context does the audience share with the speaker? And how does the speech address the audience's needs, values, or desires? So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pause for a second. So if you would like to, you can pause your screen and use this as a key because we did this together in class. So you can see that the President of the United States is very powerful. He's a threat to the Japanese, but he's a comforting presence to American citizens. He wants the United States to see him as a protector or a strong leader. He wants Japan to see him as serious about the threat. And he's biased toward the United States, and he's also in favor of using the bomb. So he's going to defend that and not really portray any negative side effects. The audience are Japanese leaders and American citizens. The United States values safety from the Japanese threat, and Japan values winning the war. Japan had bombed Pearl Harbor 4 years earlier, and America was currently winning in Japan. But Germany had surrendered 4 months prior, and the United States was sick of war. They'd been through 2 world wars within 30 years of each other. Real sick of it. So what the United States hears is a promise for victory, and Japan hears a more severe threat. So if they didn't surrender, it would escalate. We skipped these ones for today. And then we did purpose for the reason. So what was the general purpose of giving the speech? Was it to inform, persuade, or entertain? What was the specific goal of the speech? And what events created a need for it? So again, if you'd like to pause here, you can copy what I have for purpose. We didn't finish diction, but you could copy that too. The reason was to inform. The goal was to inform the United States about the use of the bomb in Hiroshima. It was also kind of a secondary desire was to give Japan another ultimatum. So towards the end of the speech, he threatens them and says, we will rain down fire on Japan. And then he also wants to thank the scientists. So he spends a lot of time talking about the scientific achievement. For diction, how it's said, the first question is, are there any patterns or repetition in word choice or sentence structure? And what are the connotations of those word choices? So he uses the word science like 13 times. Knowledge is in there a lot. Atomic and bomb, which are pretty obvious. It's a speech about the bomb. But he uses the word power, I think 13 or 14 times. He uses words like great, tremendous, amazing, and then he talks about success. He uses the word won 3 times, and he talks about Germany failing to develop a bomb, but America succeeding. So as we think about all of those connotations, they're all positive, and they all imply strength. So he is discussing this as an achievement, not as like a moral failure or something that we need to be ashamed of. And he's talking about it as something to be very proud of. So we're going to finish this tomorrow. So if you want to trudge ahead, you are welcome to, but we're going to continue it in class tomorrow. And what I'll do tomorrow is, like I did here, kind of show you what we put together. And then if you want to use this as the key, you can. And the Obama speech you will do by yourself. So you'll kind of implement all of these skills by analyzing the Obama speech. That's it for today. If you have any questions, if you get stuck on something, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the nice weather, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.